Hey guys, welcome back to Honkai Star Rail. In today's video, we're starting with the drip feed for 1.5. Yes, 1.5. And the first one we have is the 5-star Abundance Win character. I know I'm going to say this wrong. Huohuo is the way it's written. I'm sure that pronunciation is wrong. I do apologize. But this is a very interesting one for me. So I want to have a discussion about abundance and preservation characters. I honestly didn't think we were going to get another abundance character this quick. I find it crazy that we've got, basically a sustain unit. I didn't think we were going to get another sustainer this quick because we just had Luocha and Fushwen. And I want to talk about the impact that I think this has and what I think we're going to see in the kit of this character based purely on it being an abundance character and the ones we've had and the direction abundance and preservation are going. So first of all, we do have the text that came along with this tweet. Honestly, this text, I tried reading this before I started the video because I suck at reading, and dude, this one I was just stumbling over my words every time I tried to read it. So I'll leave the link in the description if my reading is too horrible, but I'll leave a timestamp as well to where I start talking if you don't care about the little intro that they say. Okay, so there's just a standard thing, Huohuo. Dude, I'm definitely, is it a Huohuo maybe? Dude, I have no idea how to, anyway, I suck. That's all there is to it. I can use this banner to dispel demons, but it also comes in handy when signaling my surrender. Dude, a pitiable and helpless Foxian girl who is also a 10 Lords Commission judge in training who fears ghosts but must catch them. I like that. Nothing worse than facing your fears. Due to having, kind of like me reading this right now, due to having Heliobus named tail sealed in her tail by the judges of the 10 Lords Commission. That sentence makes no sense to me. She became a cursed one who attracts inhuman beings. She fears demons and Heliobi. I don't know what the Heliobi is, but I'm sure we'll find out more about it. But contrarily is tasked with their capture. I'm tipping it's like ghosts or some sort of something like that. That's what I'm guessing the Heliobi. Dude, I hate that word so much. Someone tell me how to say it. With their capture and entrusted with the heavy task of eradicating vile spirits. I'm really curious on this next world and how she plays into the lore and stuff like that when we get into the world and how she comes into the story. But 1.5, we should be on the new world as well. So let's see how we go. Though she believes herself lacking in ability, she is unable to muster the courage to resign and continues onwards despite walking in a valley of her own fear. Interesting. English voice is Courtney Lynn. Okay, and so I'm tipping there's a ghost with her that's going to have a voice. If we got two voices, unless I'm reading that wrong, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe the ghost has a voice, but... unless she's got unless it's one of these, I don't know. There's two voices listed there, unless I'm reading that wrong. No, two voices. Okay, curious to see. Anyway, let's talk about the impact on this character has on, well, not the impact that I think it may have, because I don't know, but I want to talk about it because, like I said, I did not expect to see another abundance or preservation character straight away. We obviously had Luocha and Blade. No, we had Luocha, then... Was Luocha before or after Silverwolf? After. So it was Luocha, then Blade Kafka, and then we had Danny Boy and Fushwen. So it has been a little bit since Luocha. People always get mad at me for saying Luocha, but I can't help it. It's just habit. But it's been a while since him, so okay, that kind of makes sense. But I definitely think when we look at this character being an abundance character and a 5-star to boot, you're looking at a character that is also going to be Harmony-esque in its nature. I don't think you can avoid that now. They have introduced, even to some extent, we've got the buffing capabilities that even Lynx has now as an abundance character. And I don't think it's enough now for an abundance or a preservation character not to be also Harmony in some sort of, in some way. If we look at Luocha, he is just sustain. If you have Eidolons, yes, you've got you've got damage amplification capabilities, but the reason he has some sort of added value as well is because the dude never has to use skill points. So Luocha is amazing because he heals and he provides abundance of skill points. Then we look at Fu Xuan. Fu Xuan is a solo sustainer, protects you from one shots, could solo sustain, also has the crit buff, has the max HP buff, has damage mitigation, has healing. So she's sort of, and both of those also have AoE damage. So, which may not sound like much, but AoE damage is also really nice for the AoE break that it provides. So when we look at Fu Xuan, she is preservation, she's got some harmony, she's got some abundance, and she's got some erudition. When we look at Luocha, he's only really got the abundance and also the erudition factor with that break, but you know, he's got the strip, he's got the cleanse, he's got those added things. Obviously Fu Xuan has the immunity to control for that proc with the matrix prescience, but those two just have so much in their kit that make them more valuable than just their role. And from now on, I think every abundance and preservation character that they introduce is going to have to be viable of solo sustaining. And we've already had two of those. We look at Bailu can pretty well solo sustain. Japard can solo sustain, except, you know, any damage you take with Japard is permanent. So he's a bit more, like, he can do it, but he's just a bit more uncomfortable to do it. So I think any abundance or preservation character is going to be required to be a solo sustainer unless they become more on the harmony side, but I don't see them doing that. I see them being solo sustainers that then have additional benefits. So I can see this character having some sort of either buffing capabilities, skill point generation abilities, or something like that. I don't see this character not having that, because if they introduce more characters in abundance or preservation that don't have these type of skills, then I think we're going to be a little bit bricked on people wanting to pull them. And obviously it's a business. They want people to pull for their characters because they want to make money at the end of the day. And obviously with what we saw with Dan, I know Dan, like, I don't care about power creep personally, but they're not afraid to make characters more powerful when they release them. So we learned that with Dan. I'm very curious to see the state of release on both Jingliu and Topaz, because those are two characters that will give us another indication of whether they're going to keep making characters more powerful, or whether they're happy to release, you know, a character that isn't quite as powerful as the rest of the roster they have. But in general, this character, honestly, not my cup of tea on character models, more of that Lolly style, which this all comes down to her personality in the story, whether I like her or not. I ain't judging this character off her appearance because, you know, lollies aren't my thing. But I think we'll have to wait and see. I'm curious to see these interactions between the ghosts and stuff like that. The two voice actors gets me excited, but in general, I think we're going to have a preservation, not a preservation, an abundance character wind as well. So we got some good synergies. Obviously, you're going to be able to get the synergy with Bronya on the break type. You know, then you got Blade as well. Curious to see if they work together. Obviously, Bronya and Blade work really well. So we're going to have those types of synergies that we'll see, but in general, it just all comes down to me, what this character has to offer. For me personally, I have on my account, I have Luocha and I have Fu Xuan. I don't think I'm going to pull for this character at all. It would have to be an absolutely broken sort of buffing type character along with solo sustain for me to even consider pulling, because I'm pretty set in sustain. Honestly, I'm pretty set in damage as well. I'm kind of hanging out for some of those 5-star like harmony type characters to get some more big juicy buffers in my team, but we'll wait and see. But like I said, if you've got Luocha and you've got Fu Xuan, to pull another preservation or abundance character, one, you've either got to really love them, or two, they've got to be absolutely cracked beyond belief on what they can offer to your team to be replacing one of them and make you not pull for a better damaging or buffing character in general. So that is my thoughts around it, but that is the first character we have in the 1.5 drip feed. Don't know much else about it besides what we've got so far. Hopefully we'll find out some more in the future. Obviously we'll probably be waiting until the stream, but we do have the 1.4 dev stream in a couple days, so at least we'll find out more about Jingliu and also Topaz then. But that is the chick whose name I'm afraid to say for mispronunciation. There you go. 5-star wind abundance. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.